he knew that he would advance his real goal. He wasn't living to build a church himself necessarily, or to have any particular kind of life. He had laid down his goals, his plans, his dreams. He was living to advance the gospel. And so even if he loses. And so this is true for us as well, guys. Whether our church becomes humongous and lots of people come to know Jesus, or whether we just do our very best, even if summer fun at the park were to flop, which it won't because Karen's organizing everything, and God's Spirit is good and he's with us, even if we were to lose in the things we try, if we're bold for the gospel, the message, the real goal will advance, even if our own life is not maybe what we would want. This is what it means. To live is Christ, and to die is gain. To physically die, yes, is gain. Also to die, to have our dreams die, our own plans die. If that happens as a result of us going after Christ, it is gain for us. That's what he's going to tell us in greater detail in chapter 3. Let me read some of these verses now from the second half, starting at second half of chapter 1, starting at verse 21. For me, Paul says, to live is Christ, and to die is gain. Now, it struck me this morning in Bible study. Often things strike me in Bible study because, it's really not just when we even look at the Word of God ourselves. God speaks to us that way, but when we look at it together with others, often God speaks to us through each other in powerful ways. And actually, God spoke this to me through some other people this morning. That what we see here, it's so remarkable. Paul, he could say to them, it should be the case. It could be a command. You guys should be living for Christ. You should be believing that to die is gain. But he doesn't even do that. He trusts God so much. He just simply is telling them what's already become true for him. Paul at this point is closer to the end of his life. Not right at the very end, but closer to the end. He's in prison. But he is rejoicing because of what God has done in him. He has grown in maturity. He's grown in faith. And so he's free, even in a prison. You see, what he's saying to them in this verse is, guys, it doesn't really matter that I'm in jail. Don't be so sorry for me. He doesn't even ask them to pray that he'll get out of jail. He never asks that. What he asks is, don't worry about me. Don't worry about me getting out of jail. Pray for the guards. Pray for the palace guards who are holding me prisoner. Pray that they'll come to know Christ. That's the only thing that matters. And as he says it, you can see he's free. He's free. For me, to live is Christ. To die would be gain. I hope it happens. That's what he says next.